First off, guys can't be fucking wide open. That's the first thing. Do your job. You know, I feel like we communicated. Guys just weren't doing their freaking job. So, get back to the drawing board. It's week 18. Shouldn't we have these problems in week 18? This is a week 1, week 2 problem. So I don't know where we went down the line, started becoming a whole different defense than what we were. But we got to get back to who we are.
Guys got to want it. Guys got to execute. 16-10 at halftime. Got all the opportunities in the world, but we'll look at it. We'll see what needs to be corrected.
Is it deflating when teams score uncontested touchdowns on you?
Yeah, that's the, we talk about execution, we talk about communicating. If there's somebody free and 10 guys do the job and one guy doesn't, we're screwed.
How much confidence is there that you guys can fix some of these problems?
There's confidence there. There's a lot, but comes down to communicating. It comes down to execution. It comes down to guys following their assignments. You can bitch and moan about being on a tough week. Everything's going on. You can see them do that. You make the plays when you can, and you execute regardless of what's going on in the game.
Just got to be more detailed in our assignments, but just like I said, there's nothing to say. We know how we play. We got to own it. All we can do is work.
Is there a sense that there's consistent themes over the past 3 weeks with the skid that you guys are on?
Yeah, just I don't know. Just like I said, we just got to put our head down and work. But it's definitely frustrating putting out a performance like this week, back weeks. And so we just got to look in the mirror and own it. And we got to realize that we only have 2 guaranteed games left. And whatever we got to do, we got to put our head down and work.
How was you doing the RPO and what made that difficult?
They were just adjusting to some of the coverages that we had, some of the blitzes that we were doing. So, but we just, like I said, some things we just weren't detailed enough with. So.
You can hear the frustration from the players. The Steelers losing 3 straight games. They're all saying the same thing. Execution. Guys are not executing. Do your job. Things like that. Cam Hayward said, hey, if one guy doesn't do his job, we're screwed. And it makes you wonder, who are they talking about? In the defense, 2 guys, come to mind, not saying that these are the guys that they're talking about just from what, I've seen. Cam Sutton was inserted into the lineup after his 8-game suspension. Position flexibility is what Cam Sutton has over Beanie Bishop. And Beanie Bishop was playing some pretty decent ball, some interceptions and things. And Minkah Fitzpatrick. Minkah Fitzpatrick hasn't been making the splash plays and things, but he's been making some key tackles, in the run game and things like that. So, he still make his presence felt. But you see it in some of those games, especially in the Baltimore game, the likely touchdown. It was Minkah. That was his assignment, but he went for the run. And you can see right after the play, he put his arms up and said, that was on me, things like that. Just a couple examples. So we don't know, we don't know. And Minkah Fitzpatrick hasn't talked to the media. Minkah being one of the leaders on the team, you would think you would hear from him more. Maybe I'm not saying he's not talking because of guilt or anything like that. Maybe it's just the frustration. He's just, don't have anything good to say, so don't say anything at all situation. But whatever the case may be, this is the wrong time for the locker room to be in a divide. You're going into the playoffs. You got 1 game left. You got 1 game left, and that's a good thing for the Steelers. They have a game to rectify some of this stuff, man. You get together, you get the guys together, and you say, hey, man, and you can do that in-house. You call guys out in-house and say, look, and you keep that in there, and then you work it out, and then you display good execution. Alex Highsmith, saying the execution and things. You got a game to execute. You got a game to get things together. You don't want to go into the playoffs with a 4-game, on a 4-game skid. You want to go into the playoffs with some momentum, confidence, things like that. So it's time to get the guys down, sit them down, and Cam Hayward being the leader, that's why some say, hey, man, it might be pretty bad if you got Cam Hayward. You see Coach Mike Tomlin talking to Cam Hayward and things, telling him, hey, get your guys together. So that lets you know Cam Hayward is the leader. Even Mike Tomlin knows that. So for him to say that, man, one guy doesn't do their job, we're screwed. It's a problem. When the leader, he's supposed to be the guy, the in-house. I'll take care of this in the locker room. We're okay. Doesn't seem like that's it, but with that one game, like I said, there's still hope. There's still time, for the Steelers to turn it around and get things going in the right direction going into the playoffs, because now things going the way it's going. You got the fans. Here we go. The defense is sliding. It's a divide. It's going to be another late season collapse. We're going to go into the playoffs and get worked. I can see it. Just look at how things are going. But with a win over the Bengals, you can change that. Starting in the locker room. Get guys back confident again. Get the other teammates believing in guys again, because that's what it sounds like. Guys are starting to lose faith that guys can do the job. Guys are just, thinking guys want to hope. Like Cam said, you can't hope for a win. You got to go out and win. Guys losing hope. You can't lose hope right before the playoffs. Players lose hope. What the fans going to do? So even though it's a bad time, for the Steelers, in the locker room, for the team losing 3 straight, you got to look at the bright side and build from there. We're in the playoffs, guys. We have one more regular season game, guys. Let's go out there and execute and play this game at a high level. And hopefully that could carry over into the playoffs. Get that win and take it from there. Stop this losing streak and take it from there. Playoffs, that's a whole different animal. It's a whole new season, but you do want to go in there with some momentum. You can't think you could turn it on in the playoffs. You got to be turning in that right direction in the playoffs. You have to be playing your best football going into the playoffs. And if it's any team that I believe can turn it around, it is the Steelers. I believe in them. I believe they can do it. I believe they have the people. You have your Cams on the defensive side. You got Russells on the offensive side. So you have leaders in the building. So I believe it can happen. You got a game. So that works in your favor. And let's just get things back on track, man. The defense was looking good beginning of the year. Shutting teams down, shutting the running game down, all that. Then for some reason, man, things just started going down. And then you face a tough schedule, which we all knew was going to be tough. You seen the schedule from the beginning and you say, man, you got those 3 games. Even if the games wasn't 3 games in 11 days or whatever the time frame. If it was 3 straight weeks, regular weeks, it still would have been a tough 3-game span. Just playing them in a short time frame just made it that much harder for the Steelers. But those 3 games were just tough, period. You know, not making no excuse because, hey, you're right there. Steelers are right there. May not be on the same level as a Chief Eagle, but you're right there, so you expect to win. And you hear the frustration from the players after losing those games because they expected to win. They know what type of team they have. They know the opportunity. Chiefs game could have won win a division and things. You still control your own destiny at that time. Division still in hand at that time. So, it's something that you hate to see at this point of the year. But with 1 game remaining, that's the hope. You can get it. You can turn it around. Go out there, play the Bengals, and all this resting guys and no rest. I understand people may be banged up. If guys need it, you do it. But guys got to go out there and execute. Go out there and execute, play this game at a high level, and get this locker room back to where it was. Get the defense back to where it was. Get the team back on track. And win some ball games. Starting Sunday versus the Bengals. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to get all the new videos. And until next time, I'm out.